Hi, this is Susan. We're here at my workstation, and I wanted to show you this room. You think you might have seen this before, but this is the same box, similar box. And this is a Valentine room that I've always had my little sweet Valentine things in it. And I have the two boxes, the other's the boutique. And these sat on shelves, beautiful scroll shelves, and on each side of a doorway. So that's why they look similar. So I wanted your thoughts on things that I've got in here. I've been working on last few nights that I'm going to teach you how to make some things. But I made the lamps, and so I was trying to replace the lamp that was in here. It's a store-bought, and it's a working lamp, but I never plugged it in, got it working. But because I like to use the lights up above, I like to stick them up in the top so you can see the little fairy lights are up in the top. I like doing that with the lights in these boxes, and then they shine down into it. And actually, I see it brighter than I'm seeing the camera seeing it. I'm not sure what's going on. But this was what was in here, and it's top heavy, and it kept falling over. And I don't think it's very colorful. So if you buy this, it's really top heavy. It needs to have like a little filigree plate on the bottom or something so that it won't keep falling over. I've even put putty on the back, see of it? Putty. But it still falls over. So anyway, I made all these lamps. So I was looking at the different lamps. So I just wanted your thoughts on it. Which one you liked. I really like these old style beads. But this seemed like too much red. I wasn't sure about that. Too much red. What do you think? Oh, and I also found in my trash, I did a trash build, trash plastic build, which you got to go see because it's getting a lot of talk. So I found this straw. It had honey in it originally, so I cut the little chimney. So I think that's kind of cool. Out of that straw, I didn't have one that was the right size. So, do you like this one? I like that red bead. It's pretty. Or do you like this one better? You can see there's a lot of gold in the room and got some green and rose in the picture. I just put this up, and I can bring all this stuff out because I was cleaning all around it, and I'm going to show you the Valentine things. But we're gonna make some Valentines between now and the end of this month, hopefully. I also made this just a little bit ago, a little candy dish, I have one of these that's this enamel candy dish. So I think that's my next venture with all the beads that I have. Now here's another, all gold. Tell me which one you like. Do you think this is the one? I wanted to put two in the room, but I'm not sure I have the room for it. Okay, so there's that one. And let's see. Okay, this one, I like the green, but the problem is it's silver. And if you haven't seen the bead video, I have a long and I have a short. The long tells you that there's more silver in the market in the beads. You might really like that long one because it tells you how to buy beads and what all they're called and where I get everything. So if you haven't seen it, you might really like seeing it and learning about beads. So there's the pink. That's kind of fun. That's a torch error. I don't know. So back to the yellow. So tell me what y'all think in the comments. Which one you like. Anyway, we might start going into making these kind of things. All these little I want to make some compacts. I want to make a bunch of different things. So in the process of going through this, cleaning it up. Oh, I made some new wait a minute. Here's my new, I made some bronze lamps. And that's different. Can you see it with, well, here. See the top of it? Totally different from the others. And this one, I just never used my bronze beads, so I was trying to use them. This is a vintage bead that's got the gold on it. Pretty neat. Okay, so anyway, let me take the top off of this and we'll pull things out. But let me know what you think about the... Okay, so here is my little sweet Valentine. And this is in my top 5 favorite miniatures. This is the Russel Stover candy box. And I just adore it. I just think it's so precious. I made this probably 25 years ago. And I just think it is so cute. Look at that candy. Isn't that the sweetest? It's actually got little candies in it. With little covered candies. Anyway, I've finally, the last 3 nights, I've been trying to ponder how to teach y'all this, because it's not a hard build. It's just you have to understand the builds. So I finally figured it out. I finally got it where it flows and it's easier. So anyway, do you remember the Russel Stover candy boxes? I don't know if they still have them the way that they used to when we were kids. There'd be like this big box at the end of the aisle at the grocery store, and it'd just be standing up there just big and beautiful, and you knew it was full of wonderful chocolates. And if somebody got chocolates at your house, boy, everybody just dove into those chocolates trying to find the caramels and the nuts. And you'd be like, those are mine. They're mine. Get away. But it was like too late. Everybody was grabbing them. So this just reminds me of, those wonderful big box of chocolates that we all just, couldn't wait to dive into. Anyway, so isn't that cute? I just think it's precious. So we're going to make this. I just got to video it. I've got everything done. Just got to do the video. So that's my little sweet thing that I love. Like I said, it's in the top 5, my favorite miniatures. And I made this last night. She deserves to get a bouquet of roses from her sweetheart. And I had these little extra flower things. They look like baby's breath if you have these, besides the little rosettes. And if you don't have them, they're called rosettes. And these look like they have little baby's breath, so I stuck those in together to give it that whole look. And I just bought a bunch of silk ribbon. If you don't have it and you want to use it on clothing and stuff, this is like 4mm. And it seems like on eBay they had a lot of people selling, like a bunch of different combination colors. And so I even offered a, less price and they took it. So this is that silk ribbon that we use so much on hats and dresses and things. Anyway, so I made I put tissue. But I did do one that I just threw this other one together. But it's pretty for Valentine's. This one's just a piece of lace I had. This is satin ribbon, and I just twisted it and glued it down. Tacked it down. But this is just a piece of lace. And you just fold it. When you wrap it, fold it back on itself so that it gives more interest. And then put the bow, and if you want to curl it, tack it down. Anyway. Okay, so I showed y'all this beautiful cover that my friend made. That's my all-time favorite miniature thing of all times. It's just so beautiful. Uh-oh, so I'm sitting on it. Oh, goodness. Okay, so it's under. Isn't that beautiful? That's tatted. That's just so gorgeous. And she made it, I mean, I told her I wanted something just like this for this room to be romantic, and she just nailed it. It's just so beautiful. And she does do commissions on Etsy. It's Sharon Nielsen on Etsy. And you can message me, and I've told y'all in other videos about her doilies and stuff. So anyway, I've got this chaise lounge that I've had a long time. And so I just put this across here, and I made the little pillow to be the Valentine shape. See the Valentine maroon box. And so here's her memories. She's got a little scrapbook that I made. I made this like 25, 30 years ago. And just put little pictures in it. Those little cards, those calling cards that they made. Or they used to, in the old days, they would drop by and they'd leave a calling card on the tray, or if someone was not home or something like that. Anyway, it's got little pictures in it. And little cards and things. Little family picture there. There's a few more. Anyway, that's fun. I don't know if you've made this. If you've not made it and want to see how to make it, I'll be glad to show that to you. Just let me know in the comments. This is something I made. And I showed y'all this wood turnings. That I showed you this at Christmas. In the Christmas video. These are at Hobby Lobby. These wood turnings. And they're just so pretty when you paint them gold. And put the little rings on them. Just put like little... I use soda can little strips for things. But you could use a crimp bead or a little tiny seed bead or something to hold it. And then super glue that on. But this is another way of making plants. There's so many different ways. And I'd like to do a video of all the different ways. This is actually like a real philodendron that's maybe been shrunk down to miniature, or they found it and shrunk it. And they made it a page. We did this in a group thing. They made a page of the philodendrons. I wasn't there. I got the page to do it at home. And I thought this was so cool. Because see, it's just floral wire. They're on the front and the back side, and you glue them together. And then you snip around, you know, and then green the edges if you need to. But this has the 3 different leaves. But this is paper instead of doing like masking tape. And so I've done silk. I've done, you know, cutting down the silk pieces of bigger pieces of silk flower or leaf or whatever. I've done that. I've done paper. I've done masking tape. Gosh, I know I've done something else. There's another one too. So anyway, this is really pretty. And I don't know where everything came from because I've had this so long. Like I don't remember where this came from. Might need to be cleaned up a little bit. I don't know if that was a project we did or... Don't know. This dress that's in the corner, if you can see that, was on a doll. And, you know, it was inexpensive. And so wanted something, you know, to be in her dressing room, to be a dress. And I'm just now starting to make dresses. And so I took it off the doll and then put it on the form. Made it look like she was going to a ball or some masquerade party or something. And here's the little cutie things up here. This is a really sweet hat. And it's got the Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry. Dropped it. I always drop everything. I try to hold it real gentle and then I end up dropping it. So this has the little, what I was just talking to you about, the silk ribbon, and then the little rosettes, flowers that they, I don't know if I made this or somebody else made this. Well, I said they, but I don't know. I know how it's made. And I've made hats, the men's hats. I haven't finished this one. Got all the ribbons in there. I just didn't. I made several of them. That's just one. But it's that cross stitch fabric. You do cross stitch with. And then this is all the silk. And the little twisted flowers. And I'm not sure if this is bunka. This looks like bunka around the edges to cover the seam. And bunka is really a neat thing. I want to do a project with bunka. And then this is just a yarn, a big piece of yarn. And they make just great, you know, that time period, the Edwardian period, that they had those with this style of hat. They had the little neck pieces, fur pieces. This is one of those hat boxes. It's not very special inside. I didn't get around to paint it, apparently. Cute. Made this. I do remember making this. Little bonnet. I made a whole bunch. I was going to make a millinery store, and I ended up having to sell the dollhouse because I was getting too much. It was overflowing. Anyway. So I was working on the Vanity. That's what I was trying to figure out. Her Vanity. Let's see. Let's look at her Vanity. So I put some perfume bottles on it, right in here, and put her case with the pearls. I made her a little hanky. And these resin gloves. Whoops, dropping everything. See the little hanky with the little edges, little flower edges. So I made her a little hanky there to put the gloves. And I was trying to think of what else. I don't really care for this. The Crisambon, it's pretty, but I feel like I did go around with gold on it at one point in time, but I don't think it's very pretty. It is that celluloid, something like that. Maybe somebody knows about that. What that replica of that cellulose, I think. Anyway, there's a little heart shape perfume bottle, a little lipstick there, and their wedding picture. And oh, I made the little nosegay. Do y'all know what a nosegay is? Put the little bow on it. And I thought we might make one of those for Valentine's. They have little beads in them. Little seed beads. Let's see. Right in here. Little seed beads. And then it's got the 4mm little silk lace. Silk ribbon around the lace. The dark lace. So I dolled that one up. And then I tried to think of what else could go in drawers. I did put some, like some letters from her sister or something down in this drawer. But maybe some ideas for what to put in this door or this drawer here. It's kind of weird when they're sitting at the vanity. I guess I could have the doors and drawers open. But it seems kind of strange to have them open, just open in a setting. I don't know. That's always it's funny because that's always like the different thing that miniaturists like. Some like people in their boxes. People don't like people in their boxes. They like it in, with no people. And they like it crowded, or they don't like it crowded. And they like things open, and they don't like things open. So it's always different for everybody, what they like. Which, I'd be curious what y'all like. Do you like it crowded? Not like it crowded. Do you like it with people in it, or you don't do people in it? It'd be curious just to see what we all think. Okay, and so I put these little shoes in here, but they actually are not really the right color. They're kind of pinky. But these were little charms, and I've given them to some people that I follow their channel so that they could paint them up themselves. But I had to buy a whole bunch. You have to buy a whole group of them to get just one design. But anyways, so that's her dress that was on the doll. And may put a little lace at the top. It seems pretty low cut. Pretty low cut. Anyway, so I was trying to... It's not a bad dress. It's pretty design. Looks like a masquerade ball dress. So I had the little shoes. But see, they aren't the same color pink. And I don't have any other pink. So I don't know. I have to buy a pink pen or something to change it up. But I wanted more Valentine things in here. And then I have her slippers down here. Just her. Because she's in her dressing gown. So these were her little slippers for her dressing gown. And I put this picture in here that I got up here recently. It actually looks like her. That's what's funny, is that picture looks like her. Look at her. She has the brunette hair. Looks like it could be her. Her face a little longer maybe, but it could be her. And it's funny, it matches the colors too. It's got that greeny, kind of light green color in the wallpaper and the pink. It's amazing. Amazing. It does go so perfect without forethought. My friend sent it to me, and she didn't know what this room looked like. So when I put the windows, they actually had a window like this on the back side. These long ones. And so I built it up and then put windowsills in and baseboards and the wainscoting or wainscoting. Don't know what you say. You might say it different. So I put that in to make it. And I haven't put pictures. I guess I need to get pictures for the outside of the windows. Something. But anyway, is there anything else that y'all can think of that would look cute in here that would go for Valentine's? since it's kind of always been my Valentine. And also tell me if you've painted this Chrysanthemum and what kind of luck you've had with painting the Chrysanthemum. Does it need a primer? I'm not really sure. I've seen where they put stickers on the Chrysanthemum, and I would, you know, the nail art stickers, and I do have some of that. I just don't know where I set them, but I want to work on those Chrysanthemum, but I'm not sure if that plastic's gonna hold the paint and what kind of paint, or if they were painted back in those days. Not sure. So any tips on that would be great. And like I said, we're going to make the Russel Stover candy box. And if you'd like to learn about the scrapbook, I can show you that one. And if you have any thoughts about which lamp you like, I had these other little ones. I was trying to decide about a lamp on the Vanity, but it's pretty busy. Like I had these, which, like that one's, I know they kind of need to be taller because of that, the hat stand. These aren't quite that tall as the hat stand. That's a pretty bead. But it seems like the hat stand's so tall. That one's, I bought that one. I didn't make that. For it to be that tall. That's kind of a neat one. It's a ceramic bead. And then this one would match the other yellow. Which I don't have yellow, but she's wearing kind of a yellowy tan. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. Just trying to decide. Just to complete this box. I just wanted to add a little bit more touches to it and really complete it. And I need to put some clothes in the inside the armoire. Oh, I forgot to show you the armoire. Do y'all ever use alcohol pens? Let me show you that. I decided it was too plain because this is a Melissa and Doug. You know that Melissa and Doug brand? And so these are like children's. I used to go to this toy store whenever I was in that part of town. And they had broken stuff, and so I'd get it and rescue it and save its little life and glue it back together. But I have something else that's supposed to go in here. I need to show y'all. So this was looking pretty plain. So I took the alcohol pen to it. This one's the number 92 chocolate, and you can see the color right there. So I took it, but it kind of it darkened it a little bit. You can see some more streaks in it. And I don't know if you've ever used these, but I touch up everything. I darken things. The things you get from China have that kind of orangey tint to it. So I use these a lot on that. And they're alcohols, so they have to, they have to dry. But I did these yesterday, and they seem to be dried. Now, you're really painting the sealer. You're not painting the wood. Now, if it didn't have the sealer on it, you'd be painting the wood. But now this one, I added this one after that. This is the chestnut brown. These are from Hobby Lobby. This is number 98, chestnut brown. But that's what I went in and darkened these panels. And these pieces right here. And, these pieces at the top. And this right in here. So I did the panels first. And so anyway, I didn't do the whole thing. I was just trying to make it look more interesting. Because it just was, one solid color. So, let me know if y'all have ever used these alcohol pens to do this. Because I use them on a lot of stuff. Now, you have to go light to dark, to don't get carried away with the dark right off the bat. That's why I started with the chocolate first, and the chocolate is a little bit more red. It comes out a little bit redder on wood that's not sealed than the chestnut. The chestnut brown is more dark. And then they have a walnut that looks kind of yellowy. But anyway, so I added that to make it look a little more interesting. And I don't know, I like it, kind of like it different like that. And the last thing that I showed y'all this in using this, the wedding fans. I don't know if you've seen all my videos, but I showed you, this is a trash can that goes in here, but it needs to be sealed. And I got this, this Waverly varnish. Let me know what y'all think about that, because I thought it was kind of like, kind of blurry or something, kind of, I don't know, it kind of just left a film kind of look on it to me. Not sure if they all do that. I don't know. If y'all have used it, let me know what you think. But, you know, these are those fan blades, and I was showing them to you. Those beautiful, I think they call them wedding fans. They usually are sandalwood scented, so you want to look up sandalwood scented wedding fan. And these are just some of the blades out of them. But this is what I made. The little trash can, you can see the end of the blade. And I recommend, if you get these to do projects with them, that you might use 2 layers. I mean, they go together really well. So you can double them to give them a little bit of strength, because these pieces will break in here. You have to be so gentle when you're cutting these. And then I made something that it broke, that I decided to put wood behind it. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like. This is for another project. But I put wood behind it, but it's still kind of bended, a little bit bent. And the wood grain is going straight down on both pieces, but it's still kind of curved in. So I'm going to try going across with the wood grain, and then with the inner piece, and then the outer piece being the fan goes down. And let me tell you, if you get these, be careful about cutting them with scissors, because they're just so delicate. They really, you have to cut them so gently with a craft knife. You can cut some with scissors, but it usually breaks. But this is this beautiful shelf. I had showed y'all this in an unboxing at the end of the unboxing. It's like my 3rd video. And I just finished putting the back on it. It didn't have a back. This is like a German fretwork shelf. And we made this as a kit. Isn't that sweet? The adorable little drawer in it. So this is basically, this is 2 pieces. And see, you can see how it's cut out. So I'm going to make another piece using this fan. And I've got an idea of something I saw that's an antique that I think I can make with using this. But I wanted to be able to put the little plates on it that I made. And so I needed to I put some putty on here to hang it. But I realized I need to seal it. And we've been, going through the freezing weather. So I haven't been able to seal it yet because, it's been too cold. And we're going to get cold again tomorrow. But that'll go over here. That'll go in the room. my plan is to put it on this wall. So that's why the portrait's over on the left side. So, but it needs to be varnished. Now here's kind of what the room looks like. Looking down, you can kind of see. These boxes are so pretty, but they're hard to film. You know, I just love these boxes to look at them here at the house. And, you know, when I just think they're so pretty, but they're really difficult to film. But they make cute stores. If you haven't seen the boutique, just, you know, go look at the boutique and you'll see why they make really great stores. And I guess all the lanterns, you know, there's some that are going to work and some that don't work. The lanterns are generally so tall. Whenever I've bought a couple and I can't think of what to do with them. But I've also, you saw my bread box. I like unusual boxes to try to work with. And I finally got to use the bread box. If you haven't seen it, it's a magician's lair in a bread box. And I had someone write me that said they'd never seen that before. And they never used a bread box. And then another person wrote and said they'd never seen the magician other than just a trunk. So you might want to go see that. So anyway, that's what I'm working on, is finishing up this room. And, oh, I was going to show you this cute little thing. This was my grandmother's. Now, look at the size of this, mind you, with my hands. It's just so tiny. So I have for years wondered, there was a whole pack of these. Now they have a tatted edge, which I have made lots of little hankies out of them. I made the dish towels out of them, everything. But I was like, why would they be this small? It's got a rooster on it. So it's at the front. Wait, here's the front. See the cute little rooster? Now that is not a dish towel. It's not even a, you know, napkin for your lap. And so I started thinking about my grandmother played cards with the ladies, you know, they'd go to different people's houses. And I thought, what if this was for snacks? Because I play cards, and those ladies, it drives me crazy when they're in the food, you know, with their hands during COVID. I was just like, we're all going to get sick because they're, you know, putting stuff in their mouth and licking their fingers and then reaching back in and getting some more nuts or pretzels or whatever. It was just like, we're all going to get sick. And so I was thinking, maybe what this is. So if anybody knows, you know, what these little tiny ones, if that's what they were for, card games, that would be the mystery solved. And we'll all know to go look for these online because they're just fabulous for getting, you know, like this tatted little trim on it. And this pretty small little rooster. So cute. So let's solve that mystery. And I was going to show you this. I'm going to do a metal, all my metals. I have tons of metals and beads and things. I was going to do a video on all that. But this is one thing that, if you don't have like a vanity, but you just wanted to do like a little scene or something. I got this a long time ago, but I saw it on Temu the other day. And then this is that mirror paper. And, you know, you could do a little scene just with that. And it's so pretty. That was on Temu. Those fairy lights that I have in the top of the room, those are have really small batteries and lots of lights. Those are like an 8-pack or a 10-pack or something. These are on Temu. So they're not as big as the coins. These are smaller rounds. And they flash too. They do, it's strange, they do flashing as well as staying on. And so here's a sweet little nosegay I made for Valentine's. looks kind of Christmassy though. Not sure if it's a green ribbon. I think it is. But I just made this to make with the Valentine Russel Stover box. But if it looks Christmassy, that's okay too. I'll just put it with my Christmas stuff. But I think those are cute. I actually had a nosegay, and I used to pin it on my denim vest. And I thought that was kind of neat. I think I lost track of it. But I was looking through all my beads, and I found all of these little perfume bottles. These are all the ones that are heart shaped. So you might have these beads or not. Now this one I painted. This one was this color, and I had too many of that, so I painted it with a paint pen. Made it red. Well, that one's not. That was pale. But look at that green one. Now, why would you have a green perfume bottle for Valentine's? But it was a little green heart, so I had to do something with it. This one's kind of neat. But anyway, that was all my heart ones. And, and then I found this piece of paper. This is the last thing. I think this is the last thing. This piece of paper. Now, what would you do with this? Because it is really small print. I was thinking it's got a corset here. And so I was thinking maybe like this would be perfect for a lady's room. If a corset, I made a corset, so maybe I could make like a box. Now you can't fold up the corsets though. So I don't know. That's the only puzzling part is I can't fold up the corset because it's made to look like it has boning in it. And so there's some other pictures, a little dress, and it's the little lady in the little article, whatever. But I don't know. Tell me what y'all think, that if there's anything I could do with this for this room, or what you've done with these that's kind of neat besides just, cutting out the wording. But something that you've done with them that we could share in the comments. And if you haven't seen the corsets that little Gretchen did, that's where I learned how to make the corset. And it's pretty awesome. She does a phenomenal job on those corsets. They are hot. They are gorgeous. You need to go see those. You'll want to make one the second you see it. They're pretty cool. And so, I had this little, I found this in my stash. These are pretty cute. What I was saying about the scrapbook, if you can find one of these little ones, you could stamp the corners of the scrapbook with it. Because it's real small. I guess it's pretty small. I don't know if they get smaller. But anyway, that if you can find these little ones, that'd be good for that. Okay, well, I asked you a bunch of questions, so I'd love answers to any and all of it. Anything more to do with my Valentine room box. And I'm going to post the video for the Russel Stover candy box as soon as I can get that filmed. I've already got everything ready for it. And this is another little thing. See this cute little... I forgot about this. This adorable little blister pack cookies. I made this. We can make one of these too. And I think I've got a shortcut to not even having to do clay cookies. I think I've got a way to get past that. So I'll have to put that video together too, because I've already made them with the clay, but I think I can make them without. So that's what I wanted to show y'all. Oh, I had one more thing. Oh my gosh, I forgot about it. It's sitting in my lap. Something I bought at Hobby Lobby. And it's so cute. And I just found where I'd put it, because I want to do an entire room box just based on this. These are so adorable. Isn't that the cutest? With the little tea cup and the little spoon and the desserts, macarons. Not sure how we say them. I was taught one macaroons, but macaroons? I'm not sure that's the same thing. These are those little French things. Anyway, these were at Hobby Lobby, and I don't know if they're earrings because they have a ring on them, but they're porcelain. They're adorable. A little big, but I'm going to do a room box with these. They're just too cute. I'll surprise y'all. Well, thanks for coming by. And I really appreciate all the support everybody's been giving me. And I love the comments. I just love sharing, information with each other. And that makes it, one big community of miniaturists. And those that love miniatures. Even if you're not a miniaturist and you just love miniatures, that's great too. And thank you all for coming by and for liking and subscribing and helping my channel grow. And I just love your comments. And so, please keep sharing your ideas and your thoughts and your, things you've done and things you're working on now. I love hearing about that. So, thanks. Thanks for coming by. Bye.